Every time students start this project, the first thing to do, as we always do, is go to EasyBib and create the project. I can't tell you how many times students say to me, "What am I supposed to research? This is a narrative essay. It's fiction. I'm making it all up. Why do I need to research anything? Because it's a made-up story." Well, I thought I would show you a practical application of that, which might be kind of fun. Have you ever seen a Christmas romantic comedy rom-com like on Hallmark Channel or on Lifetime Channel or on Netflix? They're even making them on Prime. They'll probably be coming out on Hulu. Well, that is what I am working on here in this screenplay. And the motif of this action is football. So we've come to the point in the script where we are now at Cowboy Stadium. So, what do I need to research? I know Cowboy Stadium, but you know what I'm going to do, just because I'm getting ready to write this story, is I'm going to look at some pictures of Cowboy Stadium so I kind of get a feel for where I am, and it's going to help me, even though this is a screenplay and I've got to have an economy of words. Still, I like to do that kind of research. Ta-da! Now, when I'm writing my screenplay, or when you are writing a short story, and if I was writing a short story, I want to have a feel for where these people are while I'm writing the motion. Are they down here? Are they standing along the goalpost line? Where are they in this massive stadium? I need to really study the scoreboard because I'm going to need to let the audience and the reader know where we are in the game by use of the scoreboard. Things like that. Now, after I've studied this page, I'm going to add this to my works cited. Because I studied this image, I may have studied some information about the Cowboy Stadium, how big it is, how many people it seats. This is going to be a little high school football state championship game. If you've ever been to a Texas state championship game for high school, we take it really, really seriously. But even as seriously as it is taken, and this is a 2A school, this isn't a 5A or 6A school, the most we're going to get is this section right here, maybe this section right over here at the 50-yard line, and maybe up to this tier. So when I say that fans come in the stadium, I want to make sure I have not overstated and thinking that this thing is going to be filled for a high school 2A football game. It's going to have a lot of people there, but not that many. Okay, so let's go back to that script. Even though this is a rom-com and it's a straightforward narrative, I've made some decisions about this story. And those decisions include that a minor character named Denny, who is always optimistic and always looking to the future and never discouraged, even though this town has gone through so much discouragement, is the heartbeat of the community. And I have decided that these cheerleaders are the heartbeat of the team. The cheerleaders don't have any lines. They are peripheral characters, but in my experience as an educator, in my life in working as the coach of a number of cheerleading teams, I believe that they are the heartbeat of the team. So this is why I have them described here, and I don't need to really look up anything for the cheerleaders because I just know that they're cheering and that they are always enthusiastic. They are never daunted by anything. And Denny stands by the cheerleaders, and next to him are 3 large boxes. Obviously, I'm going to include something that's important right there. Now I've got the team there in Cowboy Stadium. They've just arrived, and they are taking in the stadium and all that it is. So I'm the creator of this scene, and I'm thinking, what am I going to have these people do? They're here. They're in the stadium. They're all looking around. They just came in on the bus. The cheerleaders, of course, are all excited and already practicing their cheers, and they are not daunted in the least. This is like a big stage for them. What am I going to do with these kids and these 2 unlikely coaches? Well, I like to sit there and just look at the picture. I think these little high school characters, when they come in here, are going to be scared. They're from a little town. They see this huge facility, and it is a gorgeous, beautiful, huge facility. And I think they're scared. And so I have decided that I'm going to have this coach line them all up along this goal line and hold hands and walk as one the length of the field. That's what I'm going to have them do. Now, while they're lined up here, somebody's got to say something. So what's he going to say? Let's go back to the script. Here they are. They're all lined up. And this is our lead character. This is the guy who's the coach. He's got to say something. And here I am writing this with a blinking cursor, which is sometimes hypnotic to a creative writer. And I'm going to do some research. Because if me, Debbie Hall, had those kids all lined up on the goal line, I would talk to them for 20 minutes. I know. Men don't talk that long. They use more crisp dialogue. So I'm going to go and look for facts about state championships. Let's go see. I'll just bring up these playoff brackets. Now remember, our little school for this play, this screenplay, is a 2A school. It's little. Because up here are the 6A schools. Those are those great big mega campuses. These are big schools where a number of communities around all have one facility. You know, I mean, they're just mega teams. They're huge, huge schools, huge football teams. We are 2A. So let's just see what else I can see. What can I learn? So in this research, and of course I'm going to add this page immediately to my Works Cited. So I've taken all the facts that I've learned, and I've created a little pep talk for Noah to give. And here it is. Oh, I like that. Okay, so that helped. That helped. It's a little bit of a statistic, but remember, my viewer may not know everything that there is to know about Texas football. I mean, most states have 400 teams at the most. That's like a team that's like a state with a lot of people and a lot of schools, maybe 400 teams. Okay, so now we're going to go on. We're going to go on to this description, and I want to show you one last thing, and then I won't bore you with this, but this is important. Now, the game's fixing to start, and this is in the locker room, and they can hear the excited people, and they're getting ready to go out. And this is the little pep talk that Noah gives to the team. Quentin is his friend, an all-pro player who's come to help him with the defense. And that dialogue that fits in the world of the story. This is not a hard-hitting, gritty story about the underbelly of college or high school football. This is a rom-com. So the dialogue needs to fit the motif of the story. And the story is a Hallmark rom-com. So we're not going to be showing a lot of the things that I would be showing if I was writing a gritty, hard-hitting piece. Last thing I'm going to show you. We're in the action of the game. It's exciting. All of the camera action's going on, and you can see with the economy of words, if I was writing a short story, I would write a full-on description. But I'm writing a screenplay, so it's economy of words. Josh looks up and down the line, checking the defense. Lynn and Larry stand. A hush falls over the crowd. Josh gives a last look at Noah. Noah bends at the waist and puts his hands on his knees. Josh looks down the line, which is lined up in I formation, and he says, what does he say? I don't know. I'm going to have to go and research what a quarterback says when they're calling a play. And having conducted my research, I find that he is going to say Texas 29, which is where the entire line moves and hopefully catches the defense off guard. And then he says, yo, Omaha, which I found out when I researched that too. And then when he gets ready to hike the ball, he says, wide 80. I know, I never know what they're saying. I researched it. It's kind of fun. All these things are going to be added to my works cited. And that is a practical example of how and why and when research is needed in a narrative, essay, short story, novel, stage play, screenplay, whatever.